Do you think we should get mascots for fucking bands now? Would that be cool? Like how sports does that? Like if we had a mascot or some shit? I feel like that would be
Like
something.
like Iron Maiden, like Eddie.
Right. What's his
Um,
what's his name? I can't remember.
Eddie.
Eddie, yeah, I figured that, yeah. Or like
But
how DGD has Gavin. Like that could be like a new thing.
I don't know how we would swing that if we wanted to. Sean's our man.
I was just gonna say that Sean's our mascot. As long as he has a cigarette in his mouth and he's just fucking has a bass going, he'll be good.
Actually, that would not be a good thing.
Well, you don't want to promote anything like that. Smoking's not good. Do not smoke. I'm the biggest hypocrite, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, for real. Well,
Is he okay? Have you heard from him? He hasn't talked to the group chat in a while.
and he's I don't know. He's good though. I talk to him on the daily.
I miss that kid. Well, yeah, you see him at work and shit too.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder when we're gonna get back to like. I mean, I know you and Dentino are writing and everything, but I wonder when we're gonna actually get back to like a full room like writing session practice rehearsal.
I hope soon, man. I'm dying for that. I just messaged him when all this was like loading up,
Mm-hmm.
and he posted a picture of him like outside with his guitar and shit, and I'm just like, dude, I want to jam so bad, especially on days like today where it's like super nice out.
Mm.
Jam acoustic.
Have all the windows open, being outside or something.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, having Sean just like do something. I don't know what he does, but he does something. He has to do something.
He has to do something.
Yeah.
He's the same jams. But what do you call it? No, I definitely miss that a lot. Just the whole writing process and being able to get together and whatnot.
Yeah, like I'm staring outside right now. And I'm like, oh god, like
cool chords and shit. And I was just telling him that. So hopefully there's some new songs in the works.
Yeah.
Hopefully finish off the album and shit.
Yeah, when we go back to Frightbox recordings in Jersey, he said he's ready to go whenever he's actually allowed to open up his business again. So I wouldn't be surprised if. I mean, he's not ready to go now, but I mean, like when this gets situated, this whole pandemic gets situated, he'll open back up. And he said, "Well, that was like the email I last saw from him." He's like,
"Yeah, we'll work it out, I guess. We'll see when that."
I try to read his emails and texts like as he talks too, so I have to like read it really fast in order to like kind of get that fucking memory of him. So I was like, I love this kid. He's fucking good, dude. And that dude, what Anxious Racing and another song that we'll be releasing, I don't know when. The quality of that music is fucking so good. I don't know how he can make it even better than what it already is.
Yeah, no, I like everything about it. The whole process, the vibe he puts out at the studio, all that shit.
I wasn't there for your vocals. How did that go? Like, how was that whole situation? I wish I was there for it, but it was the fact that I was working.
You know, usually most people have like a whole separate booth. He did not. Instead, he used a mic similar to Michael Jackson, because Michael Jackson used to be able so it wasn't too sensitive. It was very sensitive, like immediately within like range.
Mm-hmm.
But once it went inside that range, like it wasn't picking up those noises, because he would like to move and dance, and the sound of the taps of his foot against the floor, like his clothes like rippling because he's moving aggressively, would get picked up. So they switched to that mic. So that's kind of like I don't know if it was the same model or obviously like an updated one, but he said he was using that. I can't remember what it was called though. So that was cool. So we were just in a room together. Everybody was just chilling, whether they were playing on their Switch or sleeping.
Yeah, studio time is a lot of hard work. So I mean, it's just one of those things that when it's your time to take a break, you take a fucking break and you relax because you don't want to fucking overwhelm yourself. I think it only took me I went in there and banged out those 2 songs within like a few hours. So I'm hoping to do the same thing again with the next songs that we want to put out there.
Yeah.
And we've already decided on them too. So I appreciate everybody. Anybody who's watching or listening, you can get Anxious Racing right now on all streaming platforms. Very proud of that song, dude. Fucking, I was so stoked to release that. just as like a first, you know, as a first song in a couple of years. Just to it's so aggressive. It kind of just like has that feeling of giving us like, you know, breaking out of that box that we've been fucking kept in for so long.
It's definitely been a long time, and definitely appreciate a lot of the support that people have been giving us for. Especially after being away for like 3 years, for people to even care is definitely cool, definitely special. So thank you for everyone who's been doing that and supporting all the music and everything that we've been doing. But yeah, everything about that song kind of embodies what we went through during that hiatus. So we're proud to put it out and have you guys listen to it and dig it. And we can't wait to release all the other new tracks. So
yeah, we got to book with Bobby immediately. It's just one of those things that I know he's going to be fucking swamped as soon as this is done and over with. But I'm sure he'll make time for us. We actually now we can post his vocal recording process video that he created, so we're going to have to put that online too, which was pretty interesting. I watched the whole thing. It's pretty interesting how he went about your vocals.
Yeah, I saw a really big chunk of it. I think I only had like 3 minutes left or whatever. I was like, oh, that's pretty neat.
Yeah. Did you like kind of like take control of your multi-tracks that you layered on top of each other? Like, did you, or was that him kind of?
No, yeah, we messed around with some melodies there. So it was kind of like a collaboration effort to see what sounded good, see what didn't. We like to experiment too, so see if like there's like some super low lows that we can put there, or like really high highs, or just different like arrangements that we can do. Which one we like better. So we kind of went with less is more approach, and just kind of created an atmosphere with some of those harmonies, as opposed to just like caking it on, like we did in Golden Fields.
Yeah, you were layering over and over and over and over again, which made it sound so bright and poppy, which is great. But it didn't seem like we needed to do that.
Style. I think, especially with this writing process, I think we're kind of trying different things out, new things for us. So I'm excited about all the new songs that we're doing.
Do you have any other songs that you want to that you are trying to bring forward to the group? I don't remember you sending over anything, but
yeah, no, I haven't had anything like recorded or whatever. But I've been playing around with one that I've showed Dentino. And then I have 2 more that I've been kind of messing around with, but I don't know what I want to do with them yet. But yeah, so like in this quarantine time, I've been thinking a lot about that because I don't have like the proper equipment to kind of like record and play around and do all that stuff, and just kind of like living where I live, like being so close to like neighbors and stuff. It's kind of weird, like knowing that they can hear you every time you do something. So you could be, it kind of makes you a little nervous to experiment a little bit, because when you're experimenting, it doesn't necessarily always sound good.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a weird thing in the back of your head when you're playing around. So I can't wait to not have that be a thing. And I also want to take the time out to like every day to like learn how to like do shit, to like record, set up like my own home studio. Get like the synth and drum pad and all that stuff, like a mic, and try to get that going.
Yeah, that's something that you can just creatively take advantage of, considering the fact that, I mean, it's not like the files you sent me back in the day where it was like on an iPhone recording, and then, which were still good, but it was on an iPhone recording and then maybe some MIDI drums.
I'm still doing that now. Like I can't, like I don't know. I can't be doing that anymore. I need to upgrade. The whole thing. So
yeah, I wish I could use my interface for this podcast, but however, I think because I'm working off of a MacBook Air, it's not really the most compatible thing in the world. So it's like one of those things. Like I'm just gonna have to fucking, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna have to figure something else out. Actually, get like a good system going on, so I can like 2 monitors, an actual fucking computer and shit, instead of like a little laptop. But that shit works. That doesn't matter. I miss those days, man. We used to fucking just like write for hours in person. I mean, it's exhausting now. I mean, if we did it now, we would probably put ourselves in a in a really rough state with physically with trying to play all day. But I still like those like full day rehearsals every once in a while.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today. Like, man, it'd be so nice to just shoot over to PA. And just,
Fuck yeah. And there's nobody home either, so I would just set everything up and just fucking go to town. Your cab's still here, by the way. It's just chilling.
I know. I gotta pick that.
I gotta. I mean, if you want to pick it up, not. I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. But I know it's one of those things that. I mean, I'll probably jam on it if I can get ahead or something.
Yeah, dude. I'm so pissed about my amp with the tubes.
Mm.
Oh my god.
What the fuck was that about? Like, just literally blew as soon as you put that shit into the wall.
I gotta get that fixed though. So whenever everything kind of goes back to normal, get that all set up.
Yeah, it's one of those. I mean, nobody can really. Those businesses aren't even open. Like, if you go to like a Guitar Center, like they're not open. They can't do anything.
Saying so.
Mm.
But yeah, so it kind of sucks just being able to play acoustic all the time because I don't get to create different atmospheres and different tones, and, noises and shit like that to kind of inspire different avenues of writing. So it's been a little rough.
I know it's not gonna change for a while. That's the problem, and it's crazy too because even when like we were very busy and productive, when we were at our peak, like even on Warped Tour, like there wasn't even time to write on Warped Tour. I mean, I think you or Dentino wrote a little bit, but it wasn't anything like significant. It's just hard to find time to write, and especially if you don't have, I don't know, that initial. If you don't have that initial thought of going to a song already, it's probably, hard to get distracted.
To like be able to play around with that equipment while you're on the road, so you can just kind of like. You don't need to take a whole session to like sit down and like to collect thoughts with somebody else, like to jam on stuff, and like that takes a lot of energy. You know what I mean? And you're always trying to think of something on the fly as opposed to like experimenting. So I think when you have that opportunity to do that with your like a home studio or just like a portable rig that you bring, I think that kind of just so that way you could like take the time to, all right, I wrote this, save it, put it down for a little bit, come back to it, instead of playing something, forgetting it, and then just being like frustrated and being like, fuck it, I don't even want to deal with it anymore,
Yeah, but we change it every so often. When I was talking to John, John Howe, our guy we didn't but he worked on our logos and created our Golden Fields album cover. He was asking me how we write and like how do we know when we're done. I was like, and when we get in the studio and the song's tracked, that's when it's done. Because sometimes it changes when it just keeps changing. Like not significant changes, but little things here and there.
You're always changing it. It doesn't matter. Like even when you think it's done, it's not really fucking done.
No.
Like in the back of your head, you're like, we're going to the studio, but it's not really fucking done. That's part of the stress that goes on when that red light comes on, and you start like you've been playing this song for fucking ever. The red light comes on, and then you're like, I don't know how to play my instrument. It's like, fuck. But just like kind of going through that, I don't know. It's you're never really done until like you got, like you said, like you got it all tracked.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just, I had so many fills that I wanted to put in there. They're like for Anxious Racing, I kind of did those triplet fills, which kind of gave me. I kind of did it on purpose to throw back to Vulpix a little bit for anybody who has heard that first song, and some people picked up on it, which was pretty impressed. I was like, all right, cool. Like, I'm glad they saw the intention. But like that, I didn't add that until I got in the studio. You know what I mean? Right. And then Bobby was like, how do you feel? I'm like, I feel fucking great. I think I'm done. This is really fucking good. And then I'd be like, can I do this verse one more time so I can kick, like, so I can do my double kicks a little harder, like, because the velocity is not really there. And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then bam, boom, we're done. Easiest fucking producer I've ever worked with in my entire life. Like, dude, it just flowed so well.
Like joking around the whole time. So that's cool.
Wait, what happened?
It's just not like that environment that he creates isn't stressful. Like you're just kind of joking around, like going through the process, and then before you know it, it's 11 o'clock at night. You're like, yeah, we're wrapping up for the day. You're like, fuck, man, I kind of keep going.
Yeah, I wish he had it somewhere that you're able to do that too, because it would make it's not making the process easier, but it would definitely be, you'd have that more intimate, that more like focus on whatever you're recording at that moment in time if you were able to continue after 11 p.m. Because I know his landlord probably boots him out around that time or something. Fucking A, man. Like I don't even know when this quarantine's gonna be fucking over, man. Listen, and this is a serious quarantine. Like it's just one of those things that like understandably it can really either put people in an unstable physical state or possibly kill them. So the more we just stay in and abide by the rules so we can get this done and over with, the faster we can get back to work. It's just the demographic that it could potentially hurt, the 65 or the 60 plus older age group, it's scary. So I'm hoping that this can be over within the next month, like maybe towards the end of May. I know that for a fact that we might open up the economy in a way in a week or so. We have to wear masks and shit.
I mean, they started with like parks and stuff here in Jersey, but they say depending on how this weekend goes, think about further actions or if they're going to reverse course.
Yeah, considering the fact that if we go out and it's a yellow, and it's like the Bucks, like the county is a yellow area, and then also all of a sudden jumps back to red, they're just going to start all over again. That's the last thing I personally think we need.
I think we just need to stay diligent and then just kind of, obviously politicians are going to say whatever they're going to say. I'm just kind of waiting for the science to back up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true.
And then just kind of be like, all right, well, I guess it's good to go outside then. But until then, I think just stay diligent, stay the course, and do whatever you can to stay sane.
And it's crazy because this is affecting the music industry significantly. I don't even know if we're even going to be allowed to play shows, as rumor has it, up until the next year, which I think
is frustrating because I had tickets for My Chem and Coheed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
I'm so frustrated about that.
It's like what the fuck? I want to watch those boys fucking shred. And the fucked up part is too, like, I mean, a lot of those bands will definitely be okay for some period of time. I'm not, I don't know their personal lives and everything, but these smaller bands, I don't know how they're gonna last. Like for instance, Circa, they were supposed to do their Blue Sky Noise 10-year anniversary tour. Thankfully, I was watching a podcast with one of the members, and he said that they were about to pull the trigger about, getting their lighting guy, getting the buses out to them in Pennsylvania and all this shit. And then this happened, and they kind of just watched it gradually get worse and worse. Then once they closed the schools, they're like, all right, we're closing this whole tour. So I don't know. I mean, they're probably getting affected just as much as the next band, but it's fucking crazy, man. Like, I wanted to see MCR so badly. If that whole U.S. tour is going to be canceled, I'm going to be pretty upset.
Dude, I'd kind of bet on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the over-under that bands are not allowed to play until the next year? You know what I mean? I'll have to fucking Google that, see if that's a thing.
Our shows got canceled too.
Fuck, I was so excited to play that show, dude.
Come back at such a fucking terrible time. We definitely decided to come back. We know how to pick it.
Oh, dude, we have the best luck in the world, man. We do. And I don't want to get into too much details, but we have the best luck in the world. But Sierra fucking threw on a great show. This Animal Crossing fucking local show party. It was just so well planned out, and it just caught the eye of a lot of people. I think there was going to be a little over 70 people attending. Fuck, man. Oh, my God.
No, that would have been fun.
That would have been such a fun show. And then we were going to play with our label mates from the alumni of CI Records, Carousel Kings, the following week. I don't know. It just looked promising.
It's definitely looking forward to that. So hopefully we can figure out some ways to start, kind of getting some music out there. Excuse me. I'm drinking some beer, so got some gas.
I gotta get some.
But what do you call it? I don't know. Hopefully we can figure out something to try and get, some live performances or something out there. I know I did the live stream, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
we'll go on Facebook or something.
that's so weird for me. I've never done anything like that. That was the weirdest thing.
Playing to nobody into a camera.
Yeah,
Like, it's just,
like talking to nobody. I felt well. Anyway, there's people there, but to me, it just felt like I'm talking to my phone, and I've never done that, and like that was the most Black Mirror shit I've ever done.
They need to come out with some new fucking seasons because that shit is so good, man.
Oh man,
what's your favorite episode?
It's a close one. It's a tie between two. They evoke different emotions. But the memories one, where he can like play back the memories through like his eyes or like the contacts in his eyes.
Yeah.
And then the episode where they make a politician fuck a pig.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I couldn't watch that. I could not.
I watched that whole episode. I said that was fucking wild, bro.
Disturbing. It's disturbing. I was a huge fan of the military one because I think that is actually already happening as we speak. I think the enemy could be an illusion of some sort. You know what I mean?
Do you think we're in a simulation? We're gonna get to the theories, the conspiracy theories portion of this podcast now.
Yeah, exactly. Where's Alex Jones, dude? Where's my tinfoil hat? Where the fuck? He just posted something on Twitter yesterday about I don't even know.
You saw what he posted? He was saying something like, "This is gonna be my last broadcast. Like, if I'm dead, this is why." Blah blah blah. And he was going on like people going after him.
Okay, you know who said the same thing, dude? Motley Crue. They said this is our last tour. We're gonna fucking go out with a bang. We're gonna celebrate one more time.
They need to call it quits. I love Motley Crue, but they really need to shut it down.
My concern is Mick. I mean, with his disease.
For his
he's in pain.
That, but I'm not concerned. I'm more just like, all right, guys. I think now it's starting to get a little sloppy up there.
A little bit, yeah, and that's okay. I mean, they're all up there in their age, but I mean, it's just. I mean, trust me. I feel like if we were in their shoes, we'd be doing the same shit because, like, we don't want to fucking stop, man. Like, we just want to keep playing.
It's
like,
fun. It's definitely.
Sean would definitely be like in a wheelchair by that point.
That just cracks me up.
I will eat my neighbors. Quote: Alex Jones suggesting controversial rant about the lockdown. Jesus Christ!
Eat his neighbors.
I think he's losing his mind. I think he's already lost his mind. I can't like fucking support like almost everything that guy says because like he has resources, but he just has no. He just jumps from one thing to the other, and then he blames other people for like certain conspiracies. I'm like, dude, you guys stop, dude. You gotta fucking stop. I don't know. I wish the best for everybody out there that's going through this, but I don't know. I can only imagine what he's going to say. Dude, so that is crazy. Like to go back to what you were talking about talking straight into a camera, because we kind of derailed the conversation. But fucking, so doing this podcast thing, it's cool that it's like one-on-one. Maybe it'll like jump into like more than one person. I have to get more screens for this overlay for Twitch. But that's a little bit easier. And then sometimes people comment in the chat room, and then I kind of respond to that as much as I can. But like with talking to nobody and then trying to reply to those chats, I'm sure it is pretty weird. I've never done that before.
It was definitely strange. It's something I'm probably going to do a little bit more of, try to venture into a little bit more. See if I can start getting comfortable with it. So that way it's not so cringy.
Well, I think you think it's like that, but I know it's not. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's something that I'll definitely venture into. But I think it'd be cool if like we can get together and try to do something through Zoom or what. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, Zoom. Yeah,
conferences or whatever. I wonder how much of a delay there is on there, if at all. See if we can start doing that.
I don't think there's much of a delay. I think it'd be worth doing in general especially if we could post it live. Yeah, that's definitely something we should look into. I'll just pull it on my Cajon or something.
And like Sean can come in and jam too. I think it'd be beneficial for us, but
I don't know why, but he reminds me of Charlie Kelly. Like he just doesn't leave New Jersey ever. From Always Sunny. He just reminds me of Charlie.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen it yet.
Where he doesn't leave Philly?
Always Sunny, like in general.
Oh, in general, you've never seen it? It's pretty funny. They they had a Super Bowl episode for the Eagles. That was pretty tight.
Really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it was a 2-part series. Yeah, and of course they like make fun of like all the conspiracies or the superstitions of how to like I need to do this in order for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. Like just totally Philly fans. Like it's so cool.
Oh,
It's a good show. Are you running out of anime shit to watch? Like, have you had time to get into anything else lately, like during this process?
No, honestly, I've been kind of staying away from anime as recently. I don't know why. I've been hopping into like I finished a show called Carnival Row recently, which was pretty dope. Had like it was that new show that came out with like Orlando Bloom.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I liked it. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna rewatch Breaking Bad.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because Marissa has seen it, so I'm like, all right, well, I'm down to watch that with you.
That was one of the greater series, and they did it right because they actually ended it at the right time. Like they didn't drag it on like Walking Dead, where the governor started coming to play and all that bullshit.
Greatest series.
For
anyone who hasn't watched it, I highly suggest you watch it.
It's fucking amazing. They actually make the meth look fucking delicious for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Like that baby blue fucking. So good. I don't know, man.
Healthy over there, drinking a water, drinking a beer.
I drank a little bit last night, so I'm trying to like stay hydrated.
You're just recouping.
I'm not even hungover. I'm just fucking chilling, man. I don't know. My eyes are like a little squinty. I must not have gotten much sleep last night. It's just one of those things.
What were you drinking last night?
Yingling and wine, mixture of both.
What? That sounds.
Well, I had wine for my dinner, and then after that, I just started drinking beer. Yeah, I should have put more context into it, but it's like I'm going back and forth.
Just go back and forth. Like fucking... I'll have a Yingling, and then you know what? I'll have a glass of wine after that.
You know I can drink, so I mean.
I don't give a shit. But,
fucking Warped Tour, man. That will never, ever, ever free or leave my fucking mind. When I came on the bus, fucking wasted. Like, yes, man. Yes. You guys want to go to the barbecue?
Like, no, I'm tired. Probably gonna go to bed. All right. Just like, it was so hot. You were so red too.
I look like a fucking lobster. That was the best experience of my entire life. Like, what did you? What was your like favorite part of that tour? That shit was fucking awesome. I could never.
I'd say my favorite part of that tour was just like meeting all the new, like, you know, just everybody, just meeting everybody who made that whole thing work. Whether it was like, you know, the drivers, people who were running the Skull Candy tent, getting to meet Kevin Lyman, getting to hang out with all the bands afterwards or before sets, you know, on the parking lot, you know, playing a bunch of different games and, you know, just eating good food and just, I don't know. I guess my favorite part was the whole experience, like with, making connections with different people, the people that came to watch us and sharing conversation with them and hearing their stories and stuff like that. It was really neat and it was a really touching experience. I guess that would probably be my favorite. How about you?
I mean, it was basically just the part of just like you said, meeting those kids and just having those good conversations. Some of them were a little shy and they would just hang out with us, which was cool, and we just do our thing. And then some of the other kids, like we just have full blown conversations about anything and everything because I mean we're just there to hang anyways. Like we play a show and we hang out. Like our set's like what 25 minutes, not even 30 minutes. Besides the first show,
we were like, yeah, it's 30 minutes, and the stage manager's like, keep going, and we're like, oh.
Oh, let's talk about that for a second. That was basically, like, literally the first fucking day was the best, like, easily the best introduction to anything that I've ever put myself into, especially with us.
But it was the most nerve-wracking, like, unprepared, like, introduction to that, because it started raining, everyone was told to come underneath the, main stage, because it had the covering. And they're like, all right, well, you're up. All right, fuck. Now we're gonna play to everyone who wanted to come to Warped Tour early. Shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So we played our set. Sean's strap breaks in the middle of the set. He's like playing the rest of the set on one knee, which he'd probably get in trouble for. You know? And then we finish our set, and then we're told, "Oh, you have more time. Like you're supposed to play one more song." What the fuck? I thought we played our time. So then we have to be like, all right, well, we're not done. We have one more song, and then we have to recover that way, and then go through it, and then we had the meeting afterwards, and just trying to get get the whole process and schedule together, and try to learn that all in one day on the fly. It was a little nerve-wracking, but it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. And that was the perfect storm, like no pun intended, to bring all those kids into the amphitheater. And the best part of it was, even Mitch Alden, our stage manager, he's a good guy. Dude, did you know he was with Warped Tour since the beginning? Like he's been a stage manager since day one. I had no idea that was
I didn't know
him.
that.
No, I talked to Kevin about that. He's like, yeah, that's been my guy. It was him and a photographer that he's always had over the years. Like they were always on Warped Tour since day one, since the first Warped Tour. But when those kids were shoulder to shoulder in the pit, and then they started like sitting in the seats because we still had one more song to go, and because we had to play one more song, we were we had plenty of time. But Mitch was like, dude, they love you, do it, and I was like, okay, sure, man. Like,
all right.
Yeah, what the fuck do we play? Do we play a cover or do we play Vulpix? And like, I was so stoked that we played Vulpix. I wanted to just
became a mainstay during the whole tour. So
that was crazy. That was the crazy experience. And like, dude, just seeing every single part, and people thoroughly enjoyed us. Like, listen, we're just an underground band from New Jersey, so it's not like we're anything too special. But it was nice and refreshing to get like a nice like. So there was a couple of people that stood up and like just fucking started clapping and shit. Like, holy shit! Like, and then we went back to the Skull Cane tent, and then they were like, "What time's your signing?" And I'm like, "What? We don't have a signing. Like, just fucking hang out."
I'm a nobody. You don't want my signature.
I don't know, man. Maybe.
All right. So, favorite show we've ever played? Go.
Fucking. I'm not gonna put Warped Tour into this situation. My favorite show probably was the Halloween show at the Clubhouse with The Ones You Forgot, with Sales Ahead. That was basically one of our first like local Jersey shows, and it was a sick Halloween show. Like it was intimate. People were having a good time. People were pushing each other. Now, dude, that show was fucking awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
I did. Sometimes I forget about that. We played a lot of good ones. That was really. I don't know. There's something. You know what? There was something about the last show we played, the House of Independence.
Mm-hmm.
The one you forgot. That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. There was such a good, and you know what? It was such a shitty vibe coming up to that with everything that was going on outside of, outside of what we could handle.
Mm-hmm.
And just all of a sudden it's like, all right, well, we're on. It's like, all right, and you get on, you hit that first note, and then you forget about all of that shit. You get lost in it, and the vibe that we had up there, which is a lot of fun, and everybody came out to watch and support. They were a lot of fun, so we were just like feeding off of each other's energy. I had a lot of fun with that show. That was a good one.
I'm very thankful we have a great local scene. Because the Clubhouse actually came back. There's actually another location that they're at now, which I know we're going to eventually play. So, I mean, we were supposed to play those two shows at the Clubhouse.
Walked by, I was going down to grab some donuts from Uncle Dude's. And I just walked by their location. And just seeing where they moved from, I'm like, wow, they took a pretty big step up, in terms of space and where they're at. So I'm stoked to play there. And I'm stoked to do some of their Clubhouse hangouts and stuff like that. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
And it's not even a competition of this local scene that we have in New Jersey. Basically, everybody is one big community. And I haven't had that in a while. This is like the first time since a pop punk band I was in back in high school, where we actually had a healthy community where everybody was supporting everybody. But not only that, it's just everybody's coming together and ruin each other on, which is great because not a lot of places have that anymore. It's mostly competition. To say like, oh, we're gonna fucking get signed, blah blah blah. Like, come on, man. Like,
to make a community a little toxic.
Enjoy the moment. Yeah.
Also, like, you kind of want to look for that as well. A little bit of a competition, a healthy competition, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that way, like, you see what that band's doing, you're like, damn, that was sick. Like, I want to make something just as sick, and that kind of inspires you to like maybe venture outside of your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I miss those cats so badly. It's just hard. I mean, I'm all the way in PA, so for me to drive out there on a weekend, like, which is not a big deal. It's a little bit over an hour, but
we used to do it every weekend, George. We used to go over to PA every weekend. You can do it sometimes, man.
Just a lazy piece of shit. It is what it is. No, I don't know, man. Like, I'd still drive to Jersey for rehearsals and all that shit.
For rehearsals? Ain't out or nothing, dude.
Mm-hmm. No. But you want to go to a bar? You guys are all the way in Jersey, So.
Sean hates going out to bars.
Why?
I don't know. Don't you just see him? He's always so miserable when we go out.
He's like, fuck, I just want to hang inside and just write music. Why are we here? Brr.
Yeah.
We gotta prep that kid up or something. We need to get him fucking laid, man. That's what needs to happen, dude.
We'll see.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just one of those things that we need to just come back to the community and fucking make sure that things go back to normal and it's done and over with.
Definitely. I think after this whole situation, I think the whole music scene should come together a lot tighter and a lot closer than we ever have before. And, I mean, hey, if we can raise money for, whatever cause, any sort of charitable events that we can do and run and kind of put together, I think we should do it. Help, these small local businesses. And I think it'll be really beneficial for the whole scene and community as a whole. I think it's something we should all talk about.
Yeah, I really do feel bad for the small local businesses that are being extremely fucking affected by this. It's not fair to them. I mean, you have to close your business down, without any say or do because of this. It's a protocol thing now, and they're still paying their fucking their fees. Like, their landlords aren't holding up. They're still making them pay their bills. So, and you have no business coming through. Like, absolutely nothing. The hair salons. Restaurants do curbside pickup and shit, and so do some of the bars, but that's definitely not as enough as what it would be like if it was open. Did you happen to see one of those videos that went viral on TikTok? It was like a farmer who had to throw away a bunch of onions.
No.
Dude, literally, he fucking had this massive field. I would at least say it was 5 acres worth of fucking onions he cannot just get rid of because the supply chain is completely, on a fucking, downslope because these restaurants aren't opening. He said I could sell these onions for a penny, for a pound, a penny a pound or whatever he was basically doing the math for, and he still wouldn't be able to get rid of them. And it's just onions, and he's got other things that he's growing on his farm as well that he just has to put into a big pile and just let it go to waste because we're not consuming that kind of stuff anymore.
Yeah, not ideal.
No, it's fucking crazy, dude. I just hope this thing ends soon. I want to get back. Everybody needs to get back to do their own thing. I was supposed to see DGD at the Electric Factory in Philadelphia, but now it's called something else. It's called the Franklin Music Hall. Ugh. Don't know why they changed that name. Huh? They were supposed to play. They were supposed to do an Afterburner tour to support the album.
With Issues?
I believe they were on that show, yeah. And what the fuck? That was a good lineup. I think Vale and Maya was on that lineup too, or that might have been an older bill. I can't remember. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Same thing with the Circus Survive tour. I really want to go to that.
Oh, dude, yeah, the Blue Sky Noise 10-year anniversary. Fuck, dude, it was just.
Me and Carlos were talking about going to that.
Were you guys gonna go in Jersey or Philly?
What's that?
Were you guys going to go in Jersey or Philly?
I think we were going to go to Philly.
Do, 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 do. Yeah, they would have. I mean, actually, they were selling out fairly quickly, so I don't know if they're gonna postpone the whole. I mean, they have to postpone the tour. I wouldn't just cancel it in general. Um, so I have their lineup. I wish I had like a guy like Jamie, like just like Jamie, pull that shit up and just like we can see it on the board or something. Bless you. Yeah, Animals as leaders. This was their spring tour. Animals as leaders, Issues, Veil of Maya, and Royal Coda. Dude, what a fucking lineup. God, that been so sweet. But now that they can't do that in the support of the album, and I hope it doesn't affect their record sales as much. And I'm sure it will, but it's not the point.
Oh my gosh.
Did you ever have problems with allergies when you work with your vocals?
Definitely with like sinus stuff.
How do you get rid of it? Like how do you like take advantage of that to record or sing live?
Excuse me, I'm definitely gonna be sneezing for a little bit. It was more so just like trying to take care of the muscles in your throat, just trying to relax them, make sure they're not as tense, and trying to get some good airflow. Oh, excuse me, George. Ooh.
Hopefully you're not allergic to the beer.
Nah.
Yeah, because I was talking to Mikey Sawyer, and he said that he has really bad allergies when he goes to the South and shit. So it's one of those things that he would try to just drink a lot of hot tea or water and make sure that
loosening up everything. Just like kind of loosening up any mucus that you have, any kind of congestion that you have, so that way the airflow is good.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, just making sure like everything's relaxed, so that way, like if you do have to perform or go to the studio and track some vocals, you sound as good as possible.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I navigated that whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody has their own trick.
Yeah, because I've never seen you have any problems when you perform live.
Yeah, it depends. Like, if I'm like not nervous, I'm good to go. Mm-hmm. But if I'm a little nervous, like that's when you start to get a little, tense in that area, and you start to kind of push a little more air out and stuff like that. You kind of go out of your whole process, Mm-hmm. The way you do things, you kind of get out of your comfort zone. So.
It's crazy. I'm not a singer, but I just know, and I have really bad allergies, so I'm glad I'm not a singer.
Hate it.
I'd be the worst singer in the world.
Burgers with cheese on them, like you can eat ice cream and all the sweets. You can drink alcohol on tour and play like when we play shows and stuff. I can't do any of that. I can barely even fucking talk to anybody. I gotta go myself. Fucking a half hour before I set, I'm going to take a walk, like by myself, doing vocal warm ups. Come back, everyone's like, "You all right?" I'm like, "I'm fine. I'm just trying not to talk a lot. I'm just trying to get through this so I can play the set." Then after the set, I still can't really drink. We have a show the next day. Like, dude, it's not everything everybody makes it out to be.
No. It's hard, man. It's hard. You have one of the hardest jobs out there. And thank God you also play an instrument, too, so that way we can't really bust your balls about not, just bringing in a microphone and then calling it a day.
You got equipment, too.
Yeah, exactly. It's a double-edged sword for you there, buddy. You're kind of fucked. No, I can't. I wonder what we're going to do when we release these new songs. Like, if it catches fire a little bit, I wonder if we'll do a weekender every so often. Not like anything crazy, but
I would like to do that. I would like to get out there and play some shows and get out to some people that want to come see us and stuff like that. Definitely on the weekends,
like Baltimore. Probably go down south to the Carolinas, Virginia, something.
Definitely want to make it out to people who've been extremely supportive. Definitely want to play some songs for them live and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's been a while, but it's also going to be a while after this fucking pandemic is going to be done and over with. I don't know. Yeah, I miss it. I miss you guys. It's been a while. Like, I just saw my friends last night, like 2 of them, and I fucking freaked out. Like, I haven't seen anybody in like 2 months besides my own family. I mean, that's about it. Like, I don't fucking chill with anybody because you're not supposed to. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to fucking stay inside and quarantine yourself.
The best thing you can do is just kind of like, if you do kind of visit somebody, just practice, the protocols.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you can to try and limit contact and stay a decent, 6 feet is a lot. I feel like
it is a lot. Yeah.
I'm trying to have a conversation and stuff. It's like, oh, this is a little weird. I feel like I'm shouting a little bit, but
yeah, raise the decibels a little bit, dude. I'm surprised you don't do any solo projects, considering like you write and sing. I've never seen you do anything solo before.
No, yeah, I mean, but that's kind of like why I want to get into the whole recording process and build a home studio and stuff like that, just so that way I can do that, because I really do want to venture into that, and I think that want and that need to do that has been eating at me a little bit more lately, especially with the whole quarantine thing going on, and I have been playing a lot more and just fucking around a little bit more. But I'd really like some other, like I said, it's just me and my acoustic guitar, and I want to do something more, so I would like a drum machine or a synth or, a variety of plugins, so that way I can kind of venture off and do things that I normally wouldn't do, and use instruments that I normally wouldn't even think about using, just because it sounds cool. And just kind of like take the time out and experiment. I tell you, if I had a fucking home studio, like a setup maybe similar to what Tantino has, like I wouldn't play video games at all. I'd come home from work, take a shower, eat dinner, maybe, and then fucking sit there and just play around on that thing all day. All fucking day. So, since I don't have that now, I think right now I'm just going to take at least like an hour, dedicate an hour of time a day, whether it be after work, whatever, and just kind of like look at videos and read articles and stuff like that about the best ways to build a home studio, for beginners, and see what kind of equipment I can get and plugins and how much it's going to cost, and really set that up so that way I can start, a side project. Because I would really like to do something like folktronic or venture off into pop stuff, or, just kind of fuck around.
Yeah, just put your own ideas out there into the world. I mean, when you sent over a lot of the stuff when we first started working together, it could have been solo stuff. I think I remember you telling me you were gonna do solo if you couldn't get the band together. But I listened to those tracks on that train and the ride at work. I was like, all right, let's go, man. This is it. This is good fucking music. You and Anthony both write fucking phenomenal fucking tunes. I mean, especially structure wise for Anthony, he just knows what he's doing immediately. He's pushing out songs left and right.
Yeah, definitely the benefits of music theory. Not knowing music theory.
Yeah, I know it is different, but it's just one of those things that. But he's also had the opportunity to get those equipment. Due to him working at Sweetwater for a minute.
Yeah, that's, I just need to take the time out to learn. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate everybody viewing the podcast. It's been a minute since Poeta fucking got back together to play a show and stuff, but we're going to do a lot of shows and releasing new music in the near future due to the fact that we're, no pun intended, we're anxious to fucking really get these songs out there to you guys. So I appreciate everybody joining in and everything. Kevin, I fucking miss you, dude. I can't wait to fucking get back to our normal routine again. Shit sucks right now.
Yeah, dude, I miss you too. I miss everybody. So can't wait to finally hope everything works out this weekend and moving forward as the weather starts to get nicer.
I know. Go outside a little bit before it's too late.
Yeah. When they're like, all right, y'all fucked up. You got to stay inside again. It's like, well, damn. No, yeah. Appreciate all the support everyone's been giving us, especially with the new song. We've been running into some technical difficulties, so that's why we haven't really dropped the music video yet. But as soon as we're able to overcome those difficulties, we'll definitely drop it. And we're really looking forward to you guys checking that out. And for everything else coming along with this new album. So thanks. Appreciate you having me, George.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
All right, brother.
See ya.
I'll see you, man.